Nostalgia Wolf 2 Electric Boogaloo, a squeakquel to the Nostalgia Wolf by Smegkara. I want to preface this by saying that this is my very first reading of this masterpiece, this stepping stone in literature, so I won't be responsible for any mishap during the recording. My cat is just now sniffing the recorder, yes. Chapter 1. Felon sat on the edge of the bed, eyeing the cold python of his... I love you, Smegkara, you bastard! Sorry. Arya, just step outside of the monitor. Yes. Alright. Chapter 1. Felon sat on the edge of the bed, eyeing the cold python in his hand. It's really powerful, he thought, especially against living things. He put the barrel in his mouth, hoping against all hope that this time, bang! Felon sat up. His head, which moments ago had been splattered all over the room, now rested intact in his neck. Damn it! He cursed. Oh, don't be sad, fellas, he said to himself in Baltard's voice. You still have all us Baltards, and me, Sato. He looked at his bin of Baltards. Yeah, great, he muttered in his own voice, rolling his eyes. Suddenly, the phone rang. I wonder who that could be. Fellas, it's me. Oh, hello, Lupa. How's bread? Look, fellows, if you must hate me after all that's happened between us... No, wait, fuck me. Look, fellas, I know you must hate me after all that's happened between us, but you need to listen to me. Something terrible has happened. Go to the League of Super Critics YouTube page right now! Felon did as she said, clicking on her latest video. Nostalgia Wolf, 30th Anniversary Mole. What? What is this? Felon asked himself aloud. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Wolf. I killed them all so you don't have to. Chapter 2. Douge awoke from his slumber. Oh, my head! What a nightmare! He picked himself up off the floor. What am I doing here? He asked himself, looking around the now empty Channel Awesome offices. Where are my pants? He was naked, except for his trademark hat, coat and tie. No, it was all a dream! It had to be! He ran to the bathroom and looked at himself into the mirror. He was covered in blood! Sweet Santa Christ, no! He ran back. Smegkara, I will unironically and transironically suck your dick after this. This is genius. He ran back to the abandoned pop quiz hotshot studio and saw the mostly devoured remains of his former co-workers. What have I done? He fell to his knees and wept, but the tears did not last long. A sudden realization sent a shock through his body. The video! He ran to the late Mike Michaud's office and found the computer still on from the night before. The web browser was open on a YouTube page. Upload complete, it read. Oh my god, the critic said, looking at the page. I can't believe it. The video has over 300 views. This is my most viewed video in a decade. This is fucking awesome. The Nostalgia Critic is back, baby. Chapter 3. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. They were coming. The army of the Caliphate. We had welcomed them into Europe. Oh my, this is realer than real life! We had welcomed them into Europe with open arms, and now Europe was burning, and it was too late to fight back. Muslims outnumbered whites 5-1 now. Benzai barricaded the door Benzai barricaded the door, then ran to the window, peeking out, being careful not be seen. A sea of brown skin, raping and exploding, gunshots. Where did they get guns from? The government had banned them ages ago. 100% Paul. I love you, Smeg. Where did they get guns from? Even his own wife's son, little Ahmed bin Mohammed, whom he had raised as if he were his own, turned on him when the Caliph Barack Hussein Obama gave the order. Bang, bang, bang. They were at his door now. Bang, bang, crack. They were breaking the door down. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The rape gang flooded his room, flies buzzing around their putrid stench. His wife's son, Ahmed bin Mohammed, leading the charge. He tensed as the cocks entered his ass. First one, then many, all thrusting at different rhythms. Well, reading comment now. I don't doubt Benzai's ass can hold many different cocks at the same time. This is 100% realistic and believable. Back to the story. He felt shame as the intense stimulation of his prostate caused him to ejaculate involuntarily. The last thing he felt was the cold steel blade pressed against his throat as they sliced his head off, stuffing his own genitals, which they had already removed, into his mouth as a final insult. Ow! Benzai woke up screaming. His bed was soaked with sweat and semen. He had the same dream every night for the last 10 years, ever since France fell. He'd been one of the lucky ones. He'd escaped with only minor anal tears, relocating to Quebec with the other French refugees. Personal addendum here. Independence for Quebec! Long live Sherman! Viva Sherman! Vive Quebec! Back to the story. Bang, bang, bang! Am I still dreaming? He thought, in French. Je suis still soigné? I think. Slowly, cautiously, not making a sound, Benzai crept to the front door and looked out the peephole. It was Felus. He opened the door. Felus, my friend, what are you doing here? It's 3 in the morning. Why are you here? Why are you wearing your Barry Barton costume? Benzai, take a look at this. Phelan held up the view screen before Benzai's eyes. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Wolf. I killed them all so you don't have to. What is this, Phelus? It's Douge, Benzai. He's a fucking werewolf. He's a fucking werewolf. Oh no! Chapter 4. Chicago, 6:30 a.m. Detective Rob Walker sat up at his desk, looking over unsolved case files, a cigarette hanging from his mouth. Wait, I gotta lit up a cigarette so this sounds more realistic. Give me a second. He's been up all night, chain smoking, dowing caffeine pills with the shitty police station coffee. He'd been a devout cop for 15 years now, ever since Mike Michaud forced him out of Channel Awesome. He knew it wasn't really about the budget cuts. It was a power play, purely a symbolic gesture. If Douge would allow Mike to fire his own brother, then it meant Mike really was in charge. With the final capitulation of that guy with the glasses, who was truly forever dead, cementing the tyranny of Channel Awesome for all time. That was long behind him now. The old days of TGWTG seemed like some distant dream now. He held no grudges. He loved being a cop. He got a lot more pussy now anyway. Walker, in my office now! What is it this time, Chief? We got an explosive situation here, Walker. There's a werewolf in my city. They've always been werewolf in Chicago, Chief. In the outskirts of Chicago, Walker, not in the city proper. Oh, come on. I put one down in Millennium Park last week. They get into the city all the time. Sorry, fam, I'm really fucked up. They get They get into the city all the time. Not like this, Walker. Sure, an occasional werewolf may sneak into the city, but it's easily covered up as a stinky, hairy mud slime. We never had a werewolf put out a goddamn internet video before. You tell me how in the good goddamn we're supposed to cover this up? The chief turned the view screen monitor to his desk around for Rob to see. Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Wolf. I killed them all, so you don't have to. Rob couldn't believe his eyes. Nostalgia Wolf, 30th anniversary mole Russ sub. Russ sub! You're a genius. I love you. Look familiar? Douche, it can't be. He's been putting these goddamn videos out for months now. It's a wonder nobody noticed outside of a small handful of the devoted Russian translator. He's been uploading a video every week for the last 3 months. He's already got a dozen of these nostalgic review and murder videos. Between all of them, he's got nearly 400 views. This is unacceptable. Now look, Rob, you're a good cop, but I can't have word getting out around that one of my officers, that damn Numa. Jesus, fuck. Ooh. But I can't have word getting around that one of my officers is brother to a goddamn werewolf. I can't have it. The mayor is up my ass as it is. I'm giving you 48 hours to find him and put him down. After that, it's your batch. Chapter 5. 3 months had gone by. 3 months had gone by since the Nostalgia Wolf uploaded his debut video. Enough time for Phelos and Benzai to get through the screening process required to cross the Canadian border into the US. Benzai had nearly refused entry after his wife's son's name came up on a background check, but the border agents took pity on the exiled Frenchman when he started crying during the rectal examination. Turn asshole heel. but the emotional pain never goes away. They had just boarded the transport until they had just boarded the transport unit module, which would take them to Chicago, where they would be meeting Brad and Lupa. The shuttlecraft was preparing for takeoff, but something wasn't right. The craft started to rumble. There was a smell of electricity in the air. Suddenly, the power cut out. Reading note now. You may have noticed that my Italian accent has gone out of control, but I kept drinking cooking wine while I was reading this, and this is really fucking me up. So this is all you get. This is the best you will ever have. So don't bitch about it in the comments. Otherwise, I will be so sad to receive mean comments that I will kill myself just like Spoonie. Mean comments are terrible. They will haunt your mind. It's something you can't forget, just like Stuckman. Anyway, back to the story. The craft started to rumble. There was a smell of electricity in the air. Suddenly, the power cut out. Benzai looked around and realized no one else on the ship was moving. It was as though they were all frozen today. Sorry, I need to read that one again. It was as though they were all... I was frozen today! He grabbed Phyllis by the shoulders and gave him a shake. Wake up, Phyllis! Wake up! You are tearing me apart, Phyllis! Ha 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 ha! That laugh. It can't be. Of course! Who else I could sodomize hyper time so thusly? In a puff of smoke, there before Benzai stood Dr. Insano! Dr. Insano! It cannot be! The spoony one is long dead! I must be dreaming again! Oh no, you faggoty frog! I'm real enough! Search your feelings! You know it to be true! Linkara always said the fictional characters were real. Linkara was a wiser man than anyone in this backwater universe could ever realize. However, in this instance he was dead wrong. No, I'm not a work of fiction. My universe's Spoony still lives, and my existence is still very much dependent on his. That's why I'm here, Bengay, for him! Dr. Insano trusted his long-loved finger. Benzai asshole tensed. Phyllis, what do you want with Phyllis? Phyllis is my ticket to immortality. The Spoonies of this and countless other universes have passed away, and with them their Dr. Insanos. Sooner or later, my universe's Spoonie will die too, and when he does, I will die with him. I have searched all over the multiverse for an immortal being to study, and your Phyllis is the greatest specimen I could ever find. In fact, it was the only specimen I could find. I shall take your Phyllis to my universe, Spoonie's parents' house, and perform science on him, no doubt ensuring my own immortality. Why my Phyllis? Why not use your own Phyllis? Why, you stupid wine-soaked cheese brain? Have you got baguette crumbs in your ears? I just told you, your Phyllis is the only immortal I could find. All the other Phyllises only die and come back as a joke in their videos. Your Phyllis is the only one who actually can die. Please, Dr. Insano, we need Phyllis right now. Douge has turned into a werewolf and we need to stop him. What? Seriously? That's weird, but not my problem. Adios, froggy. Poof. Dr. Insano threw a smoke bomb on the floor, which sent out a plume of smoke in which he vanished. The smoke flooded Benzai's lungs and clouded his vision. All he could see was blackness. Reader's notes again, Smegkara, this is absolute Kino. Please don't feel embarrassed about it. This is the greatest thing I've ever read, and this comes from a professional ghostwriter. I have been paid real life money to correct shitty Italian writers' novels, and this is the best thing I've read in months. That is including the new Twin Peaks novel. Thank you, Smegkara, thanks again. You have a free blowjob for later. Benzai woke up from the transport module ship. They had just landed in Chicago. Oh, thank goodness. It was only the bad dream. Benzai looked at the seat next to him. Phyllis was gone. Oh no! Chapter 6. Brad and Lupa were there to greet Benzai as he got off the futuristic transport ship module. Hey, Benny, said Brad. Where's Phyllis? You never believe what happened. We were on the transport ship module when suddenly time froze. I was frozen today. Dr. Insano appeared out of nowhere and stole the Phyllis away and to another dimension for some sort of science projects. Oh, it's terrible. Whoa, man, sounds like you've been drinking a little too much Crystal Pepsi. That's too bad that Phyllis couldn't make it, Benzai. Lupa walked up to Benzai and ran her hand across his crotch. I was hoping to do you both. Lupa gave Benzai a long French kiss, pulling him close. After a few moments, Benzai pulled away. Lupa, what are you doing? I thought you and Brad were together. It's okay, buddy, said Brad. We've been in an open relationship for years now. It kinda turns me on to watch. Jesus! Lupa reached down Benzai's pants and stroked his cock. I've never had one uncircumcised before. That's not true. Ben, shut up. Oh my god. Heh. Come on, Benzai. What do you say we go back to our place and I fuck your brains out? Benzai smiled. Okay. Chapter 7. When they got back to their house, Lupa immediately tore off her clothes, then tore off Benzai's. She pushed him towards the bedroom and began riding him. Give me a minute, my cat is in front of the monitor again. Arya, fuck you, come on. I gave you food before, just leave. Oh yeah, fuck me, you French piece of shit. You fucking white male, give me that cum, I need it! Oh yeah, baby, that feels so good. Oh yeah, fuck, I'm gonna come! As Lupa breathed in orgasm, she reached around and dug 2 fingers up Benzai's anus. Benzai immediately ejaculated, then rolled over and began crying. Are you okay, baby? Lupa asked. I'm fine. I just don't like being touched there. I'm sorry, sweetie. Is this better? Lupa began nibbling on his hair. Get the fuck out, cat! Alright. Yes, that feels good. She began to nibble lower and lower down his neck. Benzai felt a pinch. Ouch! What the fuck? Hiss! Lupa hissed at Benzai, revealing 2 gleaming fangs. Blood ran down from her mouth. Oh, ouch! You bit me, Lupa. I can't believe this. What the hell are you? Brad stepped out from the corner where he had been hiding in the shadows. Brad, have you been here this whole time? Heh, afraid so, buddy. You mind if I eat the cream pie? You can hit whatever you want. Just tell me what the fuck is going on. Well, buddy, we're vampires. This is perfect. We're vampires. When we heard Douge was a werewolf, we knew the only way we could stop him was to become vampires. Plus, we saw the boost he got in views and thought this might help. Sorry we had to trick you like this, but we didn't think you'd go along with it. And look at those have an insatiable sexual appetite, as well as an appetite for blood. OMG, Brad, shut up! Heh. Anyway, Benny boy, you've already been bitten, so you've only got two choices. Either you die, or you drink the blood of our vampire queen and join us, damned for all eternity. What do you say? I do not know. I am so confused. I guess I have no choice. I don't want to die. Good. Follow me. Brad led Benzai down a long stone corridor, down a long stone spiral hallway, into a long stone basement lit with candles. Lupa followed, still naked, her saggy teeth bouncing up and down like a big lips of the alligator. Okay, I added that. I admit that. Still naked, she hung on Benzai, licking him and stroking his semi-hard penis. Finally, they had reached the lair of the vampire queen. Benzai stood in awe. Good evening. I am the Maven of the Eventide. I have no idea what that means. I admit that. This is too deep for me, Smeg. This is smart writing that is way above my head. Anyway, chapter 8. Oh, we go back to my favorite character. Good. Detective Rob Walker stood in front of the futuristic payphone, across the street from the police station. He knew it was a long shot. After all these years, there was no reason he should help me now, he thought. But he needed all the help he could get, so he swallowed his pride and dropped 2 Trump coins. 2 Trump coins into this slot. Paul Latza sat in his office, located on the top floor of Cinderella's overlooking the Magic Kingdom. He had served 3 years as vice president, and another 5 as president after the globalist Jews finally assassinated President Trump for exposing them to the Goyim. Latza's, I don't know if I should read this. The globalist Jews might kill me, even though I'm a Jew too. I don't know if my Jew privilege extends this much. I'm in danger, but I will do this. I will do this for freedom of speech. Latza's first act as president was to nuke Israel. Oh well, I'm safe then. The American people had begged him to run for a second term, but he knew he could do more good by returning to work as the CEO of Walt Disney Corporation. Go Latza, go! Since then, he had been responsible for a series of corporate mergers and acquisitions, which had made Disney the most powerful super corporation in the galaxy, far more powerful than any government, including the United States of China. The United States and China, sorry. Went a little ahead of myself here. I should not give away the blends of the globalist Jews just yet. The United States and China. They held the water rights for all the world's oceans and atmosphere. Mr. Latza, you have a phone call on line 3. He says he's a police officer. Thank you, Mr. Fluttershy. I'll take the call. He picked up the phone. Paul Latza speaking. Paul, it's Rob. Rob Walker. Oh, hello, Rob. What can I do for you? Listen, Paul. You know I wouldn't call you if it wasn't important. It's Douge, Paul. Douge is a werewolf. Oh, I'm aware, Rob. You are? Of course. What is it you want? Look, Latza. I know we never treated you right, but I also know that you love Douge with all your heart. You have to help him. There's got to be some way of helping him. Help me, help him, Latza. Please. Oh, Rob, you and your brother never had any love for me. When I was at my lowest, you ignored me, shunned me. Now I'm the most powerful man in the world. And now I'm the most powerful man in the world, and you come to me begging for my help. Please, Paul, I am begging for you. Rob, I hold no ill will towards you or your brother. I wish you the best of luck with your situation, but there's nothing I can do for you. Disney Corp holds the patents for cures for numerous diseases, but werewolfism is not one of them. The only cure for werewolfism is death. I'm sorry, Rob. There's nothing we can do for him now. The nostalgia critic is a werewolf now. I have to go, Rob. I have an appointment. Rob hung up the phone. He fell to his knees and sobbed. Mr. Latza, your 11 o'clock is here. Thank you, Mrs. Fluttershy. Send Mr. Rolf in. James Rolfe, formerly the angry video game nerd, entered the palatial office, looking around in awe at the ornate decor. James, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I want to thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Latza. James, please, call me Paul. Thanks, Paul. No need to thank me, James. I should be thanking you. You've won more Oscars for this studio than any other director in the past 20 years. The money we made off of asshole. What the fuck? Vabbè. You just learned two Italian words, ma che cazzo and vabbè. Assholeless. Night of the Vampire helped to keep the studio afloat after the Marvel Star Wars crash of 2029. Hassolas was a great one, wasn't it? Indeed. And now, James, I'd like to offer you a project. It's sort of my dream project. I'm sure you've heard the news about Douge. Douge who? Douge Walker. Dog walker? You want me to walk your dogs? No, James, come on. Douge Walker, the nostalgia critic. Oh, that guy? Geez, haven't thought about him in 20 years. What's he up to? I'm sorry to say he's a goddamn werewolf. A spawn of Satan. A spawn of Satan. I had hoped to involve me in this project, but sad to say Disney Corp can't be seen to be involved with undead hellspawn. Not publicly anyway. Damn, so what's the project? I want you to direct a remake of Kikassia. A remake of what? Kikassia, the nostalgia critic movie with all that guy with the glasses regulars. You were in it. You played both, James. Oh yeah, that little anniversary video thing they made. I sorta remember shooting a Board Jades cameo for that. James, I'll level with you. You're very... No, wait. Fuck! Let me drink some more cooking wine. Give me just a second, sorry. Oh! As you know, this is Monday and one take is one take too much. Matt, reading this. Anyway. I'm very powerful, but even with all my great accomplishments, I am filled with regret that I never got to live out my one true dream of becoming that guy with the glasses reviewer. That guy with the glasses reviewer. I want to remake Kikassia, and I want you to direct it. Direct it, actually, as Smegkara wrote. I would consider this a personal favor for me, Paul Latza. I'll do it, Mr. Latza. I mean, Paul. Thank you, James. You'll be on Jimmy Fallon tonight to promote the project. Epilogue. The nostalgia critic lounged on the futon in the abandoned Channel Awesome offices, where he had taken up residence. He was browsing YouTube when he saw it. Jim Rolfe Talks Kikassia Reboot, tonight's show with Jimmy Fallon. He clicked on the video. As he watched the clouds began to part, revealing the full moon, Douge was transforming now into the wolf, the nostalgia wolf. He tore off his clothes, except for his trademark coat, tie, cap and glasses, and ran off into the night in search of blood. He howled into the night. His howls carried on throughout all of Chicago. They all heard it. Rob in the police station, Benzai, Brad and Lupa in their house, even Phalus and Dr. Insano in a parallel dimension could hear the cry of the nostalgia wolf as he howled it. To be continued. Now, after reading this, I want to take just a few minutes to comment on it. By quoting the words of the modern philosopher Dick Bush, I'd like to say that this is the Kinoest Kino I've ever read through. And for those who think Kino cannot be literature, fuck you. I'm not sober enough to argue against it in English. But I disagree. This fanfiction is definitely Kino. And it's really deep. It's so dense, every frame. It really made me think. It really made me think because there is no real ending. Everyone is stuck in this limbo where bureaucracy is stopping them all from doing something against the nostalgia wolf. Rob Walker is the real hero of this because he has to fight against the bureaucracy of the police force, and he has to fight against the bureaucracy of Disney Corporation just because he wants to give his brother a proper burial. His brother, who is technically already dead. A werewolf is an undead, so his brother is dead, and Rob just wants to give him a proper burial, as I said. But bureaucracy just stops him. Bureaucracy is the real evil in this story, and this really makes you think, is the werewolf who's killing people evil here? Or is the bureaucracy who is stopping Benzai with the vampire bureaucracy who is so strict that they won't let him go after him immediately? Rob Walker with the police the police bureaucracy and the Disney bureaucracy stopping him, and Phalus with the interdimensional bureaucracy of Dr. Insano stopping him. The real evil? Is bureaucracy what's killing today's modern society? This is just one question of the many questions Smegkara asks in this story, and just as a real artist, just as a real genius, he does not answer them. So now I bid you farewell to the next chapter of the Nostalgia Wolf saga. Good night, everyone.